Okay, so this one we're asked to solve the equation. It has four terms, so typically that's going to be a factor by grouping problem just because it's the only technique we have for four-term problems at the moment. It's also worth scanning it to see if there's a greatest common factor anytime you're going to factor. In this case, there's not something in every single term. And so with four terms, I would attempt a grouping. So what we do for that is we look at these first two terms, pretend I'm putting my hand over these right here, and I'm just looking at those two and saying what's common to both of those. So in that case, it'd be a q squared. So pull that out front, and that's going to leave me a q plus 6. So once I get this q plus 6, if factor by grouping is going to work, I am going to get another q plus 6. That has to happen because that's the technique, is we're going to factor out of each of these pairs and we're going to make a common factor and pull it out front. If this doesn't work, that just means factoring by grouping didn't work. But so I always kind of like to assume the second one and then make that happen if possible. So in this case, it looks like if I factor out a negative 4 times q gets me back to negative 4q. Negative 4 times positive 6 gets me back to negative 24. So very important that these two things are matching because that's your greatest common factor that you're going to pull out front now. So that q plus 6 is coming out front. And this is the same idea as pretend that I had q squared, some constant k, minus 4k. In that case, that k there would be the greatest common factor. I would pull that out front. That is exactly what I'm doing right here with this q plus 6. That's being pulled out front, the same as that k was. And then what's left behind is q squared minus 4. And that still equals 0. Q squared minus 4, that is a difference of squares. So that's going to be q plus 6. And then q plus 2 and q minus 2 equals 0. So that's my factors, and that means my zeros or my solutions are q equals negative 6, q equals negative 2, and q equals 2.